Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, your girl Amanda Amor. So I did a live tonight here on YouTube, but for some reason it just did not upload. I don't know if it's because my Wi-Fi be running slow. They are updating the Wi-Fi in my area soon, so hopefully I will have faster Wi-Fi because that is always an issue. But anywho, I wanted to come on here real quick. Wanted to talk about a couple of things. I kind of been off the channel and I wasn't really planning on going live or doing a video, but I don't know, I felt it. Last night I watched a really good movie, and then tonight I went out and something happened, and I have just been really stirred about a couple of different things. So yeah, I wanted to come on here and I wanted to just kind of, I guess, continue to tell y'all where I'm at as far as how I want to create content and who my content is for. I really want to create content for chosen ones. I really want to create content for women. Just learning themselves, establishing boundaries. I'm really on that whole tip. So I know one of the last videos I did was for my new series, The Heiress Diaries, where I'm teaching women, everything about identity and, just womanhood and femininity and things of that nature. I'm still going to do that. Last night, though, I watched this movie and it was so good. It's on Netflix. For those of you that may want to watch it, I really recommend it, especially if you are a chosen one. The movie it has, I just had it pulled up here, y'all, and then of course, give me a second. Okay, before I show y'all the movie, make sure y'all click the thumbs up and give me a like. Please give me a like and click the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But it's called Edge of Tomorrow. Hope you guys can see it there. So Tom Cruise is in this movie. Along with Emily Blunt. She was in one of my favorite movies from the past, which is The Devil Wears Prada. That's no longer my number one favorite movie, but it was for a very long time. So this is a science fiction movie. It's actually number 5 right now on Netflix as far as their top 10 movies. And when I watched this movie last night, it spoke to me on a very deep level, especially if you are someone that you are following God, you are doing the inconvenient things, you are, facing your fears, learning, like, undoing, you're a generational curse breaker. Like, this movie was so revelational and I felt like it was so prophetic. In the movie, not to give too much of it away, Tom Cruise, essentially, he kind of gets put on this mission. He's in the military and he's under a ranking where he shouldn't be going into this war to fight it, is my understanding of it. But for whatever reason, they throw him into the situation and he keeps reliving the same day over and over again because he has to learn how to defeat the war. It's like he's fighting against like aliens. And it's honestly, like, typically I don't watch a lot of science fiction, but this movie was really good. And so it's like in the movie, he keeps waking back up over and over and over again because he has to figure out how to defeat this battle. And it's really trippy because when you're watching it, you're just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the whole movie like this. But it was really funny too because it's like, the more I kept watching, the more I was like, wow, I really like this. Because every time he'll wake up, the movie keeps progressing. And you see that he's figuring certain things out. And I just caught such a revelation from that. I feel like as chosen ones, there are so many things that we go through. And I believe that when we're chosen, we are automatically favored as people of God, right? And so, in the movie, like, there were just so many different moments where you see him trying to figure things out. Like, he starts off knowing nothing, being very scared, and then every time he will like wake back up, he's like trying to warn people or tell them things, and everyone's looking at him like he's crazy. They're trying to like arrest him. And I just caught such a revelation from that. Like, he was having these visions, like all these different things were happening where the average person who didn't know that he had already seen the future wouldn't be able to understand. And so I thought that was so powerful, right? Because I don't want to give away the movie to you on what happens, but in life, and when you choose to walk with God as a chosen one, God has already revealed his secrets to you. He's already given you an understanding of where you're going to be in the future or where the world is headed. And because other people are not open to God's truth in this way, other people are not surrendered, other people have not been chosen the way that you've been chosen, they don't understand that. There are a lot of people, and I really want to encourage people who watch me to understand that some of you are not going to fit into the systems of religion. You're not going to fit into every type of church. You're not going to fit into probably the majority of churches, because a lot of churches have sold themselves out in their businesses at this point. And so it's very important that you all understand, right, that the assignment and the calling that's on your life is so individual. It is so unique. It is not like anything else, And there's a lot of people that miss God trying to be understood by others, right? And in this movie, you kind of realize like he learns like, how to navigate with people who don't understand the revelation that he has, or the fact that he's already seen the future. And it was just powerful. And even having to learn that there's another main character in the movie as well, like I was saying, Emily Blunt, and he has to kind of learn, like, he has to let people figure things out on their own, because his assignment is so specific and it's so dire, and it's so like he needs to figure it out, that he cannot be looking to save people who are just, honestly, he can't save. And it's crazy because you see him go through that, like every time he wakes up, like he's trying to prevent things, and he just can't, it's like he can only do the assignment. I think I've already given away so much, but honestly I haven't really given it away. You guys have to watch the movie. But anyhow, it was really, really powerful. Really powerful. Tonight, because the whole day I was kind of like, ever since last night, I was like, I wanted to go live, or I wanted to do like a video for you all and upload it here onto YouTube. Today was wanting to go to Goodwill. I've been wanting to go for a while. As you all know, I've been reading a lot of books in this year, and so I go to Goodwill like last minute. I wasn't able to get there earlier, and they were almost closing, and so I'm trying to find something. I did find one book that I really, really wanted. I've been wanting. I actually had checked it out earlier this year, but I didn't. Like, I checked it out through the Libby app, which is like as an ebook, but I never ended up reading it or finishing it because I was reading so many things. So I ended up finding it. It's called Untangled, Guiding Teenage Girls Through the 7 Transitions into Adulthood by Lisa D'Amour, PhD. I grabbed this book. I go to the register, and I'm about to pay, and my husband's handing me the money. He's handing me $2, and then it ends up being like $2.06. So I'm like, oh, he was trying to give me the change, and the man at the register was like, oh, you can only pay card. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I just asked my husband, hey, can you give me a card? And he was literally like right in front of me, my husband handing me his card, and out of nowhere the cashier is like, you know what, it's cool, just take it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you're gonna let me take this book for free? You're gonna let me just like walk out the store? And he's like, yeah, just take it, it's fine. And I literally thought that like I was tripping, because I was like, okay, I've never walked out of a store with a free book, and like y'all don't understand, like books are my life now. So I'm just like, this man just gave me the book for free. It was only $1.91, by the way. It was only $2, but I literally thought it was like, I was like, all right, sir, you're not gonna let nobody arrest me when I walk out the store now. And my husband was just like, he let you take that book because nobody else was gonna buy it. I'm like, hush, somebody else would want this book, trust me. But I don't know, it was like, I just felt like favor. I think when you're a chosen one, like, you are favored for things, and you're blessed, you know what I'm saying? And anybody can experience God's blessings, whether they, are the chosen few or not. The Bible says, for many are called, but few are chosen. But when you are a chosen one, when God chooses you, when you say yes to the call, there is certain favor that you have that other people cannot activate in their lives. Like, that favor follows you. And it's one of those things where, like, you didn't choose it, you didn't want it, it's hard, it's difficult. Like, I was watching this movie, and I'm just looking at everything this man is going through. Like, there was points where he was even walking away from the mission because it was just too much on certain parts, right? And at the same time, it's a blessing, it's an honor to be chosen. And I wanted to just kind of pay for the revelations that I got and the kindness that I got, because to me, being able to walk out with something that I came here, I was like going in there so excited, I wanted to look at all the books. I didn't even get to look at all the books I wanted to look at. I need to go back because I came in last minute, and there was just so many books. I wanted fiction books, I wanted so many things, but I'm just glad I went. I'm glad that I was able to get it and to have the favor that just like I got to walk out of there with it for free. And I just felt like it just ministered to me in a way where I was able to understand, like, when you're chosen, there are certain things that you don't have to work as hard for. There are certain things that you do have to work extremely hard for, and that's why you have the favor. And people think that life is easier for you. People think your life has been a walk in the park, and I say this all the time, and I said it on the live before it had cut me off. There's things you've been through that if you were to tell people, like, if you wrote a book about your life, it would be a bestseller. Look, y'all see where it says right here, New York Times bestseller? It would be a bestseller. People would not believe the stuff you've been through. People would not believe the fact that you still are trying, the fact you still get up, the fact that, and it's really through the journey, through the warfare, through the getting up, falling down, waking up every day, I just want to encourage anyone who's watching this to not give up. You could be literally on the edge of your breakthrough. You could literally be at the brink of a whole new season that's going to make everything make sense. There are revelations that I've gotten in this month that were so heavy and so weighty, and things that I've been questioning my entire walk with God that, like, starting to come together in a big way. And that's how this is. It's a puzzle, and like you get certain pieces and then like things start making sense. And I just want to encourage you all that when you are a chosen one, your warfare will be different. There are things that you're going to go through that are super incredibly unfair. There's like, man, I shouldn't be having to go through this. Like, this just ain't right. I don't even do nothing to nobody. I stay out the way. I mind my business. I'm a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to live right, holy, not just be good on the standards of what the world calls good, but I'm trying to really live this walk. I'm trying to not give up. I'm trying to really push myself every day. I'm trying to really be who God has called me to be. I'm trying to really say no to sin. I'm trying to really live right, and be a blessing in this world, regardless of the warfare, the attack that comes with that. And I just want you to know that, like, God sees that. God sees your efforts. God sees the things that you're trying to do. God sees what you're, like, for me, when the man gave me the book for free, just to kind of wrap it up here for y'all, I just felt like what it represented, what it meant was just like, I put the interest and I put the time and effort into reading. I made a goal earlier this year to read 25 books. I've read 18 books so far this year. And if I'm just being honest with y'all, in the past, I was try to set a goal to read all the time, but I never really put like a number on it as far as like the year. And if I was lucky, I would only be able to read like 1 or 2 books a year. So the fact that I've been able to be just so motivated, like every day I'm reading, every day, like I make time to read and I make time to learn. And so I feel like when God sees you doing the things that he has put you in position to do, he will allow things to happen that will make the journey smoother for you. For some people it might be like, girl, it was just a free $2 book. But for me, it's like, I'm not just grabbing this book because I'm going to let it sit somewhere in my room and collect dust. Like, from this book, from whatever knowledge and revelation I get from this book, right, I'm going to tie it in with what I know with scripture, and I'm going to pay it forward. I'm going to help and deliver other women. I'm going to take them through, like the book says, the 7 transitions of adulthood. Because the things that God pours into me, I'm going to pour it back. I'm going to give it back. The reason why I'm saying that is not because it's not about me. What I'm saying here for y'all is whatever you want to do for God, you got to just do it. When you begin, God will open up the doors for other things to happen. Your gift will make room for you when you start operating in the gift. But if you don't do anything, if you stay quiet, if you don't make the time and the effort, then nothing happens. I took my goal seriously so God could honor it back. And maybe tonight it was just a free book. In the future it could be something bigger, But I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to bring it to y'all here because I didn't know what I would talk about, just to hop on real quick on the live, and then the live didn't save. But I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and film a video real quick, and I'm just going to upload it when I get the chance. So what I want y'all to know is, whatever it is that you want to do for God, put time, energy, effort into it. God will see you trying. God will see you honoring the vision, honoring the goal, honoring the purpose, honoring, the calling, the destiny. And he will pay it forward in your life. He will allow things to happen that will move you and will get you to the next level in him. But you have to make the sacrifices. It's a sacrifice. It's a discipline to read for me. It's a discipline for me to put myself in the line of fire every single day, to give the knowledge and the revelation of things, because people watch you do stuff online. They don't know about all the warfare and all the fighting and all the getting up every day and all the, they don't see that part. They just see when you come online, and then they want to see, like, are you still pretty? Do you still, like, are you still living? Are you still, like, the devil would take his worst shot at you and put you through hell and back, and not understand, how did you get out of that season? How were you able to survive? How did you do it? And I think it's important, especially as chosen ones, to point those people back in the right direction and say, God, if I got out of anything, if anything in my life ever, God, that's the answer.